suck. Live
Oh, you just woke up.
from a company that rips off other companies' talk shows. We just talked about this. This is like Gimlet basically stole the entire idea from NPR. Congratulations, Gimlet. It's a very special and frivolous Business Pants Does War edition of Business Pants.
Oh,
All right, come on.
what are we?
All
Who
right.
are we ripping off with that? We're not ripping off.
I'll get to it. We're joined this week by an angry Gen Zennial that's over there. We got a loud market-loving blowhard, an obsessively odorous optimist. I'm your host, Damian Riali. That's a hint if you're an ESPN fanatic.
Like
In
four
today's
people
war,
understood that.
yeah, nobody. In today's war-covered bag called March 3rd, 2022, the Business Pants Around the Horn Ripoff 8000. Well, come on, let's do it. Here we go. We're playing a game today. We're playing a game.
Love this show.
Here are the rules. We pit three esteemed ESG business news pundity experts against one another. Okay. Maybe I should have you introduce yourselves at some point. Okay. And I'm going to award points kind of arbitrarily for good discussion. I'm going to deduct points for bad discussion. I will play sound effects when points are awarded, like this, or even like this. And I may even play a sound effect if I deduct points, like this.
Oh,
But what I will definitely do is play this sound effect when the discussion is over, and I'm going to move on to our next category. That's when you shut up. Okay. Are you feeling good about this?
I'm ready. We're ready.
A beat should have dropped right there. Let's do this.
I will say that I
not
did
talking about
request.
the market.
I requested yesterday that we do a rehearsal, and we didn't. So let's see how this goes.
Live. Come on.
It's going to be your fault when it fails. Let's do it.
All right, here we go. First category. Remember, these are all war related. These are all about the Russia's invasion of the Ukraine. So
that
it's
war.
not a happy. It's not a happy subject.
Not the other war.
First category is cryptocurrency. We haven't really established how we're going to go around the room on this. Should we? I guess I'll just
Just call out.
I'll call out names.
Perfect.
Matt, Kari, and Emma. Here we go.
Kari B.
Come on, Kari. I'm rooting for your Kari. Here we go. The first subject is cryptocurrency. So first we started out with this thought that cryptocurrency was good. The Ukraine receives crypto donations of more than $22 million. But then some Democrats in the U.S. are raising concerns that Russians can hide their wealth with cryptocurrency. They can dodge sanctions. And now crypto exchangers are pushing back, saying we're not going to ban all Russians. So what do you think? Help us out. Let's start with you, Matt. Cryptocurrency. Come on.
Look, it's totally unethical to have ethics in crypto. That is your takeaway. The Binance CEO is a total idiot. He should have said, we don't care if you're a Russian billionaire hiding Ukrainian civilian blood in vials in the form of an ape NFT, or if you're a Russian civilian in a holding cell using paper airplanes to make your crypto wallet trades. He should have said, it's not the market's job to have opinions. It's our job to take 5% of every transaction you idiots make. That is real.
Emma, our Gen Zennial guest, host, whatever you are. Come on, go, Emma.
As someone who's really sensitive to basically everything, I am in general feeling like crypto is just a way for the elite to gain money and power, and all of this is just for show. It is performative. How is all this crypto actually going to be helping? I have no idea. No one's explained it to me. I need them to make this less jargony. I need them to make it clearer for and more accessible to everyone.
Ari, go. Kari, sorry. What's your view on cryptocurrency?
Well, Emma sounds like Natalie from Love is Blind, but I do think that this war is the best thing that could have happened to
I don't
crypto
understand that.
since NFTs went viral.
Wait, what?
If the market is so upset that they may not get their cut and they push
Yeah.
legislators to actually legislate crypto business, you know how good that would be for crypto? It would be really good. then it will help legitimize it, and then people who are like scaredy cat about it, it will make it mainstream. Also, crypto, like it's so far the winner of this war with the whole headline of it
Whoa.
raises more than like $48 million
I don't
dollars
agree with
through crypto donations. Oh, come on, this is great brand.
All right, cryptocurrency is over. Moving on to the next category. I'll update the scores from the first round just so you have a sense of what's going on. Ari, you actually got 3 good points, but you lost a couple points because I didn't know. I didn't get your Love Is Blind reference, and you were losing me at the end. Emma,
I did.
Yeah, Emma, you had 2 points, Matt 3, so Matt's in the early lead. But things will change quickly here.
Obviously.
Let's move
Yeah.
on to the next
We'll see.
category. Oddly enough, this category is soccer. Okay, so
Ooh.
first, FIFA will ban Russia, ejecting it from World Cup qualifying. Holy crap. But even bigger than that, we covered this yesterday. Start with you again, Matt. Russian oligarch Abramovich out of England is confirming his decision to sell the Chelsea Football Club. And he's claiming he won't even ask for a single penny back. Come on, weigh in on this.
Look, the undercurrent of the whole soccer thing, the smart money
Soccer
is
thing.
on the soccer ball short trade. This is a trading opportunity of a lifetime. Pakistan makes 70% of global soccer balls. If you ignore the child labor, which we should, Pakistan, during the invasion, closes a deal with Russia. This is real news. They closed a deal with Russia to import wheat and gas. They are Russian friends. They're allies, which means you should anticipate the Pakistan sanction coming soon and short Puma, Nike, Adidas stock, because where are they going to get their soccer balls from? I expect prices to spike, but thanks to Germany and the UK having large stockpiles of emergency balls, and I'll let you determine what size those balls are, there's a soccer trade to be had here. Pay attention, people. Pay attention.
Emma, you probably have a lot of your friends are probably very Euro trashy centered, right? So you're probably all into football. You probably all watch Premier League. What's your take on this?
Oh, absolutely not. Europe is everything that we hate as zillennials. It is the center of Western colonialism in addition to the United States, and we cannot possibly support anything European. They have stolen art from developing countries. But back to soccer, because this is what's really important. First of all, fuck FIFA. We hate FIFA over here because FIFA is part of the reason that female soccer players get paid so much less. Because they are the ones that set most of the payment plans for soccer players when they enter the World Cup. So we don't care about FIFA. Moving on to the Abramovich. I have a little bit of hope here because he said that all of the profits from selling Chelsea would go to support the Ukrainian people, but I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, I'm with you. Kari, come on.
Listen, David, I'm going to give it to you straight. Russia is the 9th largest country by population. And out of 14 games they've played at the World Cup, they've won 4 games. So how much do we think that Russia really cares about soccer?
I like
the answer
this.
is 0. Clearly, the thing that they do care about is hockey. Now, think about the timing of all of this. Winter Olympics, done. Let's go into Ukraine. It works out great for them.
I like this, Ari. Ari takes that round.
Short soccer ball.
Let's move on to boycotts. There are a lot of boycotts coming out of this invasion. First, some of the highlights: H&M, Adidas, Apple, Expedia, Disney, ExxonMobil, blah, 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 blah. Most importantly, Warner Brothers pulls the Batman from Russian cinemas. Drunk people, they're involved too. Americans are boycotting vodka, although I guess only 1% of vodka is actually Russian in America, but who cares? And then we have a bunch of other boycotts, like London Stock Exchange suspending 27 companies with Russian ties. So help us out. Weigh in on boycotts. Who wants to start here? Matt, you always look excited. Come on, Matt, go.
A fool and their money are soon parted while everyone else pulls out and loses money. Buy cheap. I have 300 cases of Stoli in my garage that haven't been made in Russia for years because idiots are dumping it at 3 cents on the dollar. I'm happy to sit tight for 9 months until we all forget who Putin is, and I'll sell it back into the market and make a huge profit. And speaking of Putin, The irony of some of these companies pulling out, has it escaped anybody? I mean, we're talking about Boeing and Google and Facebook. They're basically led by corporate Putins. Why on earth are we like boycotting we're moral high ground boycotts? Calhoun at Boeing is surrounded by his friends while he sat on the board. He's basically staged a coup. He made himself CEO, and now his CEO and his buddy Larry Kellner is board chair. How different is that from surrounding yourself with 6 oligarchs you've known for 20 years? Forget about Facebook, which is an actual dictatorship. Boycotts are hypocritical lies. A fool and his money are soon parted.
Sorry, Matt. I had to deduct a point
What
for
is
the
that?
Kellner
What
name.
is that?
The Kellner name drop. I had to deduct you for that. No one cares about Larry Kellner. Emma, go ahead.
As much as I am disgusted to agree with Matt, I do happen to agree with Matt. Boycotts, all of these boycotts are absolute BS. If they were actually interested in helping the Ukrainian people, we would actually see them trying to help the Ukrainian people, like my favorite CEO of all time from Chobani, who is actually making steps to help Ukrainian people as a former refugee himself. Yes,
Socialist.
we love him. We absolutely love him. So honestly, Matt took most of the words from my mouth. Boycotts are BS.
No excuses.
Suck the words.
Kari, take it over.
All I'm hearing from Matt is a lot of pulling out in balls. I love a good boycott.
Whoa.
I think H&M pulling out of Russia is fantastic. H&M, the fast fashion pioneer, is one of the largest polluters in the industry. Hey, H&M, can you pull out of the US too? Can you boycott us, please? There are plenty of reasons to boycott the US. Thank you.
Where are they going to sell their clothes to? The children they used to make them? Come on.
Okay. All right, you are killing that run. I am taking off a point because your mic sounds a little hot to me. It's making me sad. Okay.
You always seem so quiet.
Moving on, round 4. This is going better than I would have expected, even though I really have no idea what's going on. Let's talk about corporate do-goodism, okay? Corporate do-goodism. This is companies offering help to Ukrainians, all the free PR war-washing donuts that you can eat. All right. I have a few headlines for you to consider. SpaceX is sending their Starlink terminals so Ukrainians can, play Candy Crush. Tesla is offering free charging for electric vehicles. Uber offering free rides worth up to $70 for refugees fleeing, and Airbnb arranging accommodation for up to 100,000 refugees, although there are reports today in the New York Times that there are already over 1 million have left, so Airbnb a little bit behind there. Who wants to go first here? Matt, you're always ready to go first. Go ahead.
Look, the fact is, morality washing, it's your fault. Forget about corporate do-gooderism. The only reason why this is happening is because you idiots, and that's right, I'm talking to my fellow panelists and everybody who's listening to this show, you think companies would bother giving $70 rides to the 4 customers if woke liberals weren't so busy preening about social justice and awake conservatives weren't so busy crying about white injustice? All we wanted to do here is make a buck. That's all we're looking to do. So I say you go long the wokest and you hedge against stupid customers. Just go along for the ride, make your money, because morons will spend it on the woke companies. That's what's going to happen.
I don't know what you said at the end there, but I'm going to award you a point for just repeating woke and morons a bunch of times. Yeah. Emma, you're up. Come on.
That's correct.
I feel the need to note that I'm feeling a little triggered by Matt's aggression. So, Matt, if you could tone it down, that would be great. You know what I hear by all of this corporate do-goodism? I hear tax write-off. That is what I hear.
Huh, okay.
And I agree. Here's the one place I agree. I'm appreciative of Tesla giving Ukraine the internet, because that is something that is very crucial for them. Sorry, don't care. I would like them to have internet so that they can deal with all the hacking that they have problems with currently. But in general, I hear, look at this PR campaign. Look at how supportive we are. I am very disinterested in all of this corporate do-goodism, because really what the Ukrainians need: money, support. They don't need your Uber rides. They do not need your Airbnbs.
Okay, please. You're now repeating yourself. Moving on, Kari. Come on, Kari.
Porn.
Wow. If you are a company and you want a tax write-off, and you struggle with your bad PR, this is your chance. Get it together. Offer your free stuff. Like McDonald's, where you at? Uber knows what's up, except Uber was a little too specific to my liking. They're like, free rides for refugees fleeing Ukraine. Only to these 2 cities, up to $70. Only valid on Wednesdays. All passengers must be wearing pink and have a mustache.
Well, you're getting a lot of points for the whispering there, Ari. Okay, okay. I think she's done. I'm gonna say Ari destroyed that round. Moving on. Ooh, oligarchs. The oligarchs are people too.
Biased
We got a bunch.
show.
We have a bunch of stories about the oligarchs. U.S. will seize yachts, apartments from Russian oligarchs. Germany has already seized mega yacht. So was France. They've seized an oligarch mega yacht. UK is getting in on it. We have a Russian oligarch who just stepped down as a trustee from the Guggenheim Museum. Matt, weigh in. Russian oligarchs. What's going on here? Come on.
Leon Cooperman was right. Billionaires are victims. This is ridiculous. First of all, why do they only go after yachts and apartments, right? What is that? Why is that? But in this country, Elon Musk is basically a god. In Russia, we get all angry. We call them oligarchs. Oligarchy is what capitalism is, people. That's all it is. The whole system is oligarchy. Stop stealing from the rich and get busier building statues of them to replace all the Confederate statues you tore down. You now have plenty of space, which reminds me, go long bronze for all the statues we need to build. Russia was the second largest exporter of copper in the world, but Chile basically supplies most of it. So prices go up. We can get it from a country full of mostly brownish people with less current wars. And we need all that copper so we can make the billionaire statues we should be making. It's a can't lose market solution to a problem.
Emma, Russian oligarchs. I know you have a lot to say about this.
I do. To repeat one of my takes from yesterday, I am more mad at the news outlets for calling every Russian billionaire an oligarch when we do not dub American billionaires oligarchs, despite that being exactly what they are. And I am perfectly happy. However, I am perfectly happy to watch their yachts and apartments get taken from them. That does not bother me whatsoever, especially because they're going to be auctioned off to support the Ukrainian efforts. So, as the woke Gen Zillennial, none of this bothers me whatsoever.
Akari, what's
I
the
think
optimistic
this
point
is
of view on the Russian oligarchs?
I think this is a wonderful opportunity for I can't even say it, oligarchs to come together and form a support group. Maybe
Ooh.
Oligarch Anonymous of very well-known
Ooh,
people.
I like it. Oh, hey,
And they
yeah.
can try and work through their issues. Like, what childhood trauma are they trying to fix with a yacht? And I can picture this like being a very expensive retreat in a Buddhist country. I think they can use this.
Okay, thank you. One more category, and then we'll tally up the scores, and we'll go to a final round. Last category is big data to the rescue. So lots of news about big data helping out with the war efforts. Twitter to add caution labels. Google Maps disables live traffic tool. Meta shutting down pro-Russian TV networks. Microsoft fighting off cyber attacks. And Snapchat's doing stuff too. Come on, Matt. We have to praise big data now, right? They're heroes now, right?
My favorite thing about these stories is the labeling, because labeling things works. Watch, let me demonstrate. Damian Rollis is a socialist. Label. That should marginalize you from the 55% of Americans who responded to the Pew Research poll in 2019 that socialism is a negative because it, quote, weakens work ethic. I just made you with one label a lazy historical failure. It only took one word. Tech companies' solutions to everything is labels, and it's genius. You don't have to do any actual work. You just put a label on it and change the game.
I like that. Emma?
All of a sudden, now that there's a war instead of an election, they have lots of capabilities within big data to stamp out things that need stamping out.
Ooh.
What a shock. I'm so surprised that they have all this capability. But despite that, they should be doing this anyway. They don't deserve praise for it.
You would have had me
Damien
there,
thinks they
but
deserve praise. There's a
I feel
label
like you
right
could
there. Damien thinks they
I
deserve
feel like you could have delivered
praise.
that in a funnier way. I feel like you're capable of a
Oh.
funnier line. Wrapping up, Kari, go take it away. What's your optimistic point of view on big data? Come on.
I am just so happy we have Meta, Google, Twitter, and Snap looking out for us. It relieves our legislators from having too much to legislate on. You know, these private companies are doing
Right.
God's work, and we are
Yes.
hashtag blessed to have them.
Oh, thank you. Okay, that is the first round is over. I'm gonna tally up the scores. Ari coming in at 24 points. Emma, you got a lot of points, Emma, but I did take a few off here and there. I hate to tell you, coming in at 12, and then Matthew Mascardi, 17. So the two contestants moving on to the second round are Kari and Matt. We have a final round. Sorry, Emma. We have a final round category. A question. This is about dystopia. You each will have roughly 30 seconds to a minute to state your case. Here is the headline. Are you ready for this? And then the winner of this round will have the floor. Will have their own minute rant for my final headline. But here's the final round. This is a big one. The Ukraine wants to remove Russia from the internet. You can't get much bigger than that. That is a biggie, as headline goes. Want to remove a country from the internet. Matt, I can see your brow all knitted up. Why don't you lead us off here?
Ukraine, do you know what the internet is? You can't remove a country from the internet. Also, if you remove a country from the internet,
Is that true?
how will we possibly advertise to them so they can buy our crap? The #1 viewed website in Russia is something called Yandex, which is basically Google ripoff, just in Russian. The #2 visited website is Google. It's actual Google. How are we going to remove a massive market from the internet to punish who? Putin? It's not like he's on Google looking stuff up. No, he's sitting in a quiet, dark room getting information from 6 people. There's no way removing a country from the internet does anything except we lose money. Put them on the internet.
Okay. You get a point for that last weird declarative statement. Ari, this could be yours to take. You could win this with a good round here. What do you think? What's your perspective on the Ukraine wants to remove Russia from the internet?
Well, I completely disagree with Matt. I think it is very feasible. And I think,
Okay.
the part where I do agree with him is that everyday people would feel the consequences of this, right? But imagine if they didn't actually have access to the internet, all the wonderful things they could be doing. No one's thumb would be hurting because of mindless scrolling. Libraries would be the hottest spot in town again. Teenage girls would go back to comparing themselves to the most popular girl in class instead of filtered strangers. Have you seen that shiny fox filter on Instagram? Check it out. It's insane. It blew my
I
mind.
haven't. Could you get a point for that?
And I would like to live in a world where, the shiny fox thing doesn't exist. So maybe I'd move there. I like this. I'm with you, Ukraine.
Moving to Russia.
You
She
shouldn't have
just said
repeated
she's
your
a
shiny.
communist.
Final score. Ari takes it 4-3.
Oh,
I didn't know that I would get to rant. I was not prepared for such a long rant for the next thing.
I was about to
Because
say,
she
is
does
that
not
a
want to
prize
rant.
or a punishment?
Right?
Because you don't want to. You can hand it off to Matt. Do you want to hand it off to Matt?
No, I want to hand it off to Emma.
Okay. Actually, you know what? We could. The socialist that I am, according to Matt, you could all weigh in on this headline. This is one of my
All right,
favorite
let's do it.
headlines. One of my favorite headlines so far of the year. Although, first of all, I want to thank all of our participants for playing the game. That was a business pants around the horn. For the historical record, Kari is your winner. But here's the headline. Here's the final headline of the day, and then we're going to get the hell out of here. And if you've stayed with this show, congratulations. Here's the headline. This is from our metaverse category. Wingstop. Yeah, that's right. I'm leaving the war. Sorry, I'm leaving the war here. Wingstop has filed a trademark to sell chicken wings in the metaverse. Oh, nothing. Okay.
Can you think of anything better if you're a chicken? This is the best news chickens ever got.
That's true.
Tyson
Never thought of
Foods,
that.
short Tyson Foods. finally, we've managed to figure out a solution to
still-
the site
still
Tyson
trying to
Foods
win.
problem, and that is virtual chickens.
Matt, you get a bucket of points there for just still playing the game. Anybody else want to weigh on this before we get the hell out of here?
Can't get out of character.
Is Chipotle in the metaverse yet?
No.
That's one question
would
I have.
assume
And
so.
then I have one question
I
and
would
one
assume
fact.
so.
That was my question. Here's a
Yeah.
fact. U.S. companies are filing an average of 15 trademark applications every day for the metaverse.
Whoa. That's the winning fact of the day, Ari. Proving why you won the
only
game.
fact.
Emma, do you want to have one final statement about you tagged this story, selling chicken wings in the metaverse?
It's less of a statement and more of an announcement. My announcement
difference.
is that I am opening the world's first metaverse only Wingstop. But it's not going to be a Wingstop. It's going to be an Emma stop, and it's going to be completely cruelty free because there will be absolutely no real chicken slaughtered. So, when you go to get your wings in the metaverse, please come to Emma Stop instead, because Emma Stop is the only non-chicken slaughtering wing place in the metaverse.
I want to end with one last thing. I'm planning on opening the only cruelty-only metaverse
Ooh.
Wingstop, where
Eh,
all
no,
I do is torture the fake chickens before I serve them.
Sad. It's sad. It's a sad statement.
It's like being mean to your Alexa or your Google Home.
That,
All right, get us out of here, Matt.
that was
Please wrap this up.
around the ESG Horn
Yes.
2000, 8000 ripoff
Who else
show.
is going to do it? Come on.
I am Matt Muscardi. Our contestants were Ari, Emma, and Damien was our host. If you like this, you didn't. But show up tomorrow because we have a fancy expert in David Frazier from Mackenzie Investments who's going to join us.
True?
He's
Is that
going to
actually
walk
true?
through some ESG grievances. He's going to play the good game with us. And we'll see you then.